Hey everybody, I am hiking the treacherous mountain trail at Raystown Lake, and I am here at mile marker 22 and a half of the treacherous mountain trail. Pretty sure that's what that says. In the background, it's real pretty. Everything's coated in white. Still see the lake back there. It's still open. Down here closer to the dam side, the water hasn't froze up except for back in the inlets and that. But as you can probably see from the ice on my whiskers there, it's cold out. When I left the house, it was about 8 degrees, and it probably got up a little bit, so it might be around 12 Fahrenheit. But anyways, I didn't bring the kids with me. It's a long hike back here. I'm looking for the overnight shelter that was designated by the Army Corps of Engineers, and I've heard stories about it, but I've never laid eyes on it. So this is the quest to find the overnight shelter on the treacherous mountain trail. Here we go. Wish me luck. I'm hoping to find this cabin before that sun goes down, because I gotta hike it back out of here. So let's keep on trucking. I walked as far as I'm going to walk. As far as the map that I found from the Army Corps of Engineers, the designated build site is back that way quite a bit. So I passed it, came through here looking for it. It's just not here. So it's designated but not built. There's 2 designations, and I just passed one of them. So it might still be out there, but we didn't see it today. There's a ridge here behind me, and I'm seeing a lot of canine tracks. So I set up my decoy right back there. Right there, you can't see my hand. Right over there. I'm just gonna do a few calls and see if I can't bring something in. And I'm just gonna sit on my wool blanket here. If you don't have a wool blanket yet, go get one. You can use them for everything. Today it's just a seat. And we're gonna see if we can call something in while I still have some filming light. I'll check with you. Okay, so I may have messed up a little bit here. I'm in the woods a lot later than what I planned to be. It's not like a survival situation, but it's serious enough that I need to stop for a minute. I was kind of hurrying to get back to the pickup, and I still got another 45-minute walk, something like that, and it's all but dark here. So I'm a little tired, and I don't want to be rushing in the dark, so I just want to kind of take my time. There's a path all the way, so it's not a big deal, but I'm going to stop and just sit here for a few minutes. It's already dark. I'm not getting out of it. I'm going to light a fire, and I'm going to sit down on my wool blanket. I'm just going to rest and relax. I've been hiking for a few hours here, and I'm just going to try and be smart. So I wouldn't call it a survival situation, but I figured I'd record it here. If nothing else, it makes good YouTube, right? But I did find this, as a positive, I found this old rock wall here. Just an old foundation or an old fence line, but I think this is a rock foundation. So I stopped here, called a little bit for fox, but nothing come in. I'm just going to set up a little fire here. I have some soup and some water, and I'm going to have that, and just whenever I've got my belly filled and my legs rested, I'll get back on the path and I'll finish the hike out. It might be an hour in the dark, but no big deal. Just gotta get out of here. I don't have to worry about too terrible things that go bump in the night. It's just a walk, and it's frigid. It's pretty cool. We're well below freezing, but I have the right gear on, and we'll be all right. But I'm gonna light a fire all the same. All right. Hang with me. I'll video some of it. I managed to find a little dry grass to use, and got some leaves, some little twigs, and a little bit of wood. And I, of course, always bring a few fire starters with me. And just to challenge myself, I'm going to go ahead and use a spark, use a ferro rod. We'll set this up and see how it goes. Ooh, that little flame, and she went right out. Alright, so I thought I was having a little bit of trouble there getting it started. And so I just turned the camera off, but I got the fire going. Kind of curious thing happened there is I was using my striker, you know, my ferro rod. I had this little miniature ferro rod. I've started fires with it plenty of times, but it's small. And I like that about it. It's compact, but my hands were getting a little numb. Getting a little bit cold. Couldn't really feel it very well. And there's a little bit of finesse necessary with a small ferro rod. So I just put it away and I lit it with my waterproof matches, which I had, which didn't do a great quick job, but I got it started, of course. I had my wool blanket with me. I had this little roll that I roll up with wool blanket here, so I'm fine. I'm downright cozy, and the fire's going to pick up and warm me up. And my toes are a little cold, but nothing to be worried about. You can tell by my breath and probably the ice on my mustache there that it is pretty chilly out. It's definitely below freezing. But if I had to guess, I'd say, you know, low double digits, so between 10 and 15 degrees. But anyways, the fire's getting going. I have a little bit of wood I collected, and I'm just gonna hang out for a few minutes. And I didn't even start warming up my soup yet, but I got it out. So obviously I was somewhat prepared, right? I had some stuff with me. I was planning on stopping somewhere, you know, like while I was out hunting. I was gonna try and do some hunting for red fox and for canine. And then I thought I'd stop somewhere and, you know, sit down and just have some soup and then hunt some more. But, you know, the day just ended, you know, quicker than I was ready to get out of the woods, and that was just a mistake on my part. But all the same, I got a fire going. I'm going to cook the soup up that I brought in. And it's early yet. It's dark, but it's only about 6 o'clock. Just about an hour, not even quite an hour to walk out of here, so I'm not worried. But I'm just hanging out with the fire for a little bit, and I've got a nice little spot set up here. Got enough firewood to keep me warm, so just hanging out. You can kind of see my little setup here. I just got the fire there at my feet. And I have this rock wall that runs down probably about 30, 40 feet. But I just piled a couple old branches right here to where if something would come wandering up through there, they would just take and follow out off the side there, you know what I mean? The idea is I don't want them walking over me. And truthfully, if a black bear were to come through here, I'd get a good startle from it, you know? But he's more scared of me than I am of him, right? We hope. Ah, yes. That looks delicious. Can't wait till that's done. And I will take these out of the woods with me. So don't worry, anybody. I do clean up my mess. So that's it. We're going to let that cook and warm up. And I think somebody might be worried. This is an old foundation from way back in the day whenever Raystown Lake had farms on it. And I, of course, I really enjoy Raystown Lake, and I enjoy the heritage and the history of it. And I am in no way hurting that wall. So I didn't take a single rock off of it, and I'm going to leave it just as I found it. It's no problem. I just have this little fire that I set up here about 4 feet in front of it. And when I'm done, I'll stomp it out, and I'll be on my way. And that's it. When I cook, and I should have said something about it, I have a stone just sitting in front of the fire. And that's not enough usually to just throw it down and hope. I like to actually direct the heat to it. And what I get in the habit of is I'll line logs this way on the back and then stack two, one this way and one back the other way, and kind of direct it like here. So I'll take one, and well, this one here can actually be knocked down. I'll show you how I kind of cook over a fire. This might be a silly thing, but so I have this one, and it's just laying horizontal. And then I'll take this one and lay it across like that. And then the other side, I'll lay this one up right across like that. And what that does is I add logs to it. I add another log to it. You just kind of build this kind of a V, a wedge shape at it. And so it kind of pushes the heat at it. I know this one's wet. I know it's got snow on it. It'll burn. But you can see that it's got my soup boiling right on the side there, really good. So it's like a little oven. It works pretty good. It seems to. So you can cook anything on a rock. You can just fillet a fish and lay it out there. When I cook fish, when I lay a fish on there, I guess I'll have to do a video on that. I actually have a way of making a little oven to cook a fish in it. But that's all. You know, and then the next time I'll lay another log back there, and again, 2 logs, and just kind of build that wedge shape. And it makes like an oven. It throws the heat out this way, which is good if you're a single person sitting around a fire too, like tonight. Alright, so it's done cooking. I have a little taste of it here. A little spoonful, good one there. It's actually not as warm as I thought, but it's plenty warm, but it's not hot. Dinty Moore did it again. Good stuff. Alright, so the weatherman says it is 7 degrees, and buddy, I feel it whenever I stand up. When I'm sitting down though, that heat coming through me, I got the rock wall behind me, that heat just kind of stays right here. I am so comfortable right now. I could very easily sleep right here. There's no roof, there's no shelter to speak of other than a wall. The wind is... The reason I started the fire on this side is because the wind is coming this way. So it's hitting that wall and it's broken. So that's it. I'm all done. I'm just cleaning up. Got my sack closed up there. Got it cinched up. Just got to get my pan, put the fire out, make sure I don't forget my rifle. So got my rifle and pack back here. Got smoked out. So that's it. I'm gonna hike it out of here. Should be 45 minutes to an hour, but I feel good. I'm rested. Got some food in my belly, a little bit of water, a lot of heat, and it was good. It was a good experience. I could have very easily spent the night there tonight. Need be. There's no reason to. I can just hike it up here to the pickup truck, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm back to the truck, and that's it. I made it out. It took me a lot longer to walk out than to walk in. It took me almost an hour and a half. I thought 45 minutes to an hour, but I was wrong. Anyways, I'm here. That's the end of it, guys. Let's do that again sometime. What do you say? All right. See you on the trap line.